Welcome back. Right now, Elena Sanchez is joining us, incredible actress, among many other things. I'm so looking forward to getting to know Elena. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great, and I'm very impressed with the many different things that you have done throughout your acting career. So you also have a big film coming out. Tell me a little more about Demigod. This is a really exciting project you've been working on, and it's coming out really soon.
Demigod is a horror movie. It's loosely based on the Carnunos myth, and it's about a woman who goes to visit the Black Forest in Germany, and things don't quite go as planned.
Very true. How was it working on this film? How was it different from some of the other projects you've done? And any challenges, especially working within this horror landscape? A little different, similar, but a little different to some other things that you have been in.
So, this was actually one of the first independent movies that I have done, and we shot in the middle of the pandemic in Mississippi, in the middle of nowhere, in a campground. So that in itself was really amazing. It was kind of like going to a film summer camp, except it was the winter. And the fact that it was a horror movie actually was perfect for the situation, because what's scarier than being in a campground in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night? So it all worked out really well together, and that actually helped, I think, people get into character.
That sounds absolutely terrifying, I have to admit, just being there, just in that setting, but also perfect for this film. So tell me about your character that you play here.
So I play Latara, who is a witch, and there are three witches in this movie. We're each a little bit different. My character goes through a very intense arc. Without giving too much away, there's a lot of good versus evil that comes into play. I have to deal with my own issues as Latara, then with everyone else's issues. And I also got to do my own stunts, which was pretty cool.
Oh, I'm very impressed. Can you tell us any more about some of these stunts? Again, we don't want to spoil anything, but any kind of tease of some stunts that you did.
Well, I can't give away the main stunt. I will say is that it's coming from someone who actually, I have a stunt background and I've done many different types of stunts, but this was a particular type of stunt that I had never done before, because it was just something that honestly kind of scared me, and I was never interested in doing it, but it fits so perfectly into this script that I wanted to do it myself instead of having a stunt double do it. Um, but yeah, it's at the very end of the movie, so I can't say more about it without really giving a lot away.
Oh, but that's an excellent tease. I really want to watch it and see exactly what happens. And you mentioned your background. You're a gymnast for many years. How has that affected your acting career? You're able to do your own stunts, it sounds like, or many of them. But what else has it taught you that really you've been able to bring those lessons into your roles?
I think the the main thing that gymnastics has given me is the discipline. I guess in a career where nothing is guaranteed, and a lot of times you feel helpless in being able to move forward and do more things. So the discipline has really helped me to stay at it. And then also just the physicality. So I've do a lot of action type roles where the way you move your body is very important to the character, whether it's just for the character's personality or for doing an actual stunt. So gymnastics has just given me that body awareness to really be able to control my body for whatever is needed on the day.
And you have played many different roles and done many different projects, very well-known films and series. So when you look back at some of your roles, especially Hunger Games and also other things that you've done, which ones have been your favorite?
I mean, you said it. I think the Hunger Games was definitely a favorite. It was just such an incredible set to be on, such incredible actors to work with. The costumes and the sets were amazing. And then also I've been lucky to do stunts on some of the Avengers movies, the Spider-Man movies. Like all the Marvel movies are really cool too, because you show up and you just never know what you're gonna get. It's like a larger than life set always. So that's always fun.
It seems that many of the films and projects that you've worked on are a bit dystopian, a little bit of horror, kind of fantastical in there. Do you think that's a fair description of what you've done? And why do you think you've kind of gone to this side of acting as opposed to maybe more of a like a rom-com or lighter side?
Well, I think that comes from the gymnastics background, which led to a lot of action roles. So I kind of, for many years, I was either always dying or doing the killing. So it kind of became a pattern, and not a lot of people die in rom-coms. So unfortunately, I've done one action romantic comedy, which was Mr. Right with Anna Kendrick and Sam Rockwell. But yeah, sometimes I'm like, can I just please do a rom-com? I don't want to die in this one. I don't want to do any killing. Maybe the next one.
And speaking of that, do you have a dream role that you would really love to play someday?
That's an interesting question. Well, I always thought Bond Girl would be really cool, but again, that's not exactly a rom-com. So I don't know. Some kind of like ashes to riches story, but not necessarily riches in money, but rich in love, or something like that would be sweet. Something my mom could watch. That's the problem. My mom doesn't watch any of my movies because she doesn't like action and she doesn't like violent movies. So I have to do something that she can watch one day.
And that's really funny that she was waiting for that perfect role, but she's missing out because you've done really great things and acted in some really incredible movies and played some really fun roles, as I mentioned. Did you always want to be an actress growing up?
No. So originally in high school, I actually wanted to be a vet because I loved animals. And then I realized I couldn't be around sick animals. So that went away. Then I decided to go to college for hotel management, and I loved studying it and it was interesting, but I didn't see myself working in a hotel for the rest of my life. So I was actually very miserable about that. And I took an elective during college, which was an acting class, and just fell in love with it. And from there, I knew that that's what I wanted to be doing for the rest of my life.
I love that you shared that, because so many people do get discouraged when plan A is not working out. So it's great to hear that you found something else. You found this career just kind of on a whim as an alternate, and here you are doing so well with it. So circling back to Demigod, when does it come out? It's the perfect time of year for this. How can we watch it?
Yes, so it's coming out October 15th. It's going to be in limited cities around the country. They haven't released the full list of cities yet, but you can also find it on iTunes, all the purchase, not the free subscription sites like Netflix, not yet, but the ones where you can actually purchase it, like iTunes and I think Google and Amazon Prime.
So it's easy to find, it's there. So what else are you working on? And if we want to continue to follow you and follow your career, where should we go?
I just did a big superhero movie that I can't talk about. That's another bad part about my job. I finally book another role and I can't talk about it. But if you follow me on social media, I post about that kind of stuff as soon as I'm able to. And I'm pretty much on all social media channels as the Elena Sanchez. So come find me there.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Elena Sanchez, for joining us today. It's been a lot of fun meeting you, learning more about your career. I'm so excited to watch Demigod and the many other things you're involved in, and to follow along with you at the Elena Sanchez for Instagram and also other social media platforms. So appreciate your time with us here today. We'll be back with more right after this.